Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Veterans Memorial Rink here in East Haven for tonight's Division II clash between St. Joseph's and your Guilford Indians. I'm Dean Cornelio, joined by Rick Fitzgerald on the call tonight. Season opener for the Indians. St. Joe's comes in with a game under their belt. They lost their season opener 6-2 to Glastonbury. Starters tonight for St. Joe's in goal, Ron Johnson. He'll have the defensive combination of Vazano and Castrina in front of him, and the forward unit of Greenhut, Keeter, and Ferguson. For the Indians, Chad Faulkner-Filosa in goal, Derek Nelson, Ryan Moore on defense, Billy Ring, Benarowitz, and Noonan, the forward unit, as we are underway here in East Haven, and that's Nelson backhanding it out of the zone. Nelson will pick it up, send it near side to Benarowitz. Benarowitz try to get it to Noonan. Now it's Faulkner-Filosa coming out to leave it for those turnover in front of the net. And along the boards and out. Flipped in, and the Indians will change. Castorina. Now it's Fitzgerald. Unit out there with Horton. And Mackey.
We have a straight neck guard down the other zone there, Dean, don't we?
Looks like it right in the center, too. And he's in on Faulkner-Filosa.
Nice save. Nice save.
Good work down low. Indians had a couple good games in the preseason, Rick, as I know you attended a couple of them. They came back to beat Bethel. BBD saved there by Faulkner-Filosa. They were down 3-0. Came back to win 5-3, and then a tough one-goal loss in the last minute to East Haven, I believe. But in terms of the preseason, what had you seen as a casual observer?
Well, it's tough to see the team. Rob's playing everybody out there, but
right.
You know, they did very well. They came back to win that game up in Danbury, and East Haven was an exciting game. Very well played.
Faulkner-Filosa kept it out. Indians clear it down, and we'll get an icing opening minute and a half here in East Haven. Both teams with a couple of big losses. On the St. Joe's side, of course, the dynamic duo of Pat Corcoran and Connor Kraus, who combined for more than 100 points last season. It's a lot to replace. They also lost Ryan Parsons and their goaltender, Zach Carano, also senior, and he graduated. Guilford lost a number of players. Christian Cataruza, Dave DiCaprio, Troy Rakuya, Jordan Drake, Jake Lane, Stephen Petrick. Of course, Luke Amatruda in goal as well, and John Dagnalt, another forward. So both teams with some bodies to replace.
That's a boatload. Offsides there.
Face-off will come out of the zone. Both these teams last year had similar paths come late in the season into the tournament. Both teams lost their conference final games. The Indians losing to Hand, and St. Joe's to New Canaan. There's a shot deflected in front of the net wide by Garrett Salkins. And then both teams went on to the state finals, where they both lost. Indians in Division II to Cheshire by a 3-1 count, and St. Joe's losing in the finals to Fairfield Prep, Division I, by a 5-0 count. And that one goes into the netting for a whistle.
Rough end for both teams.
Nice to see early on here was the mid-December. Nice to see some of the old guard come back. Some of the graduates come back and see their former teammates. A couple on both sides that we've seen already. Shot right on, and Faulkner-Filosa got a pad on it. Good stop there. In front, rebound try right on. He's able to keep it out again. A couple of good early saves for Chad. Give him a quick boost of confidence. On the back end, it's Ring. Ring looking to center. Sends it over here for Noonan to the point, wide open. Down low to Noonan. Here's Benarowitz. Benarowitz will bring it in front, off the side of the cage. Schaefer plays it to his defensive partner. Big hit there on Ring, slapper, and we're going to get a whistle and an interference call coming up.
Billy, I'm Billy. Actually, that's Kyle Benarowitz in the box, isn't it?
Benarowitz for interference. 3:08 into the first. So St. Joe's, the early power play opportunity. Kept in at the line.
It's Matt Horton out there. Got Ryan Moore and Derek Nelson on D.
Jack Fitzgerald also out there on the penalty kill for the Indians. Pass across, not able to control the pass, and then Faulkner-Filosa got across to keep it out of the net. Big hit there by Moore, allowing the transition the other way. And sent in by Fitzgerald. The sophomore had a very good opening first year as a freshman. There'll be a lot expected of him this year. And here comes Andrew Gore. Gore gets the shot on a stick save by Faulkner-Filosa. Gore, a big man back there on defense for St. Joe's.
Chad's gotten tested a couple times out here already. I think you get to put a shot on net here. On net.
St. Joe's controls the draw. That's 16, Julian. Matt Julian, a senior for St. Joe's. Indians get it and clear. Johnson leaves it for Gore. Gore will play it near side for Deering. Good work there by Ring. Ring walks and shoots, and he hit the side of the net. Billy with a good opportunity, shorthanded. 40 seconds remaining on the Indians' penalty to Benarowitz. Rister bouncing. It's going wide. Chad got a piece of it. Rister stepping in as Deering to keep. Sent low. Julian. Around to Gore. Gore over top of the net. Here's Deering. Nice pass across. Deering winds and fires. Sent wide of the net. Penalty time to Benarowitz is over. The Indians back to full strength. Deering again. Good play there on the back check coming off the bench by James Mackey. Mackey hustled as Benarowitz came to the bench and able to get a piece of that shot. Now an opportunity. Big hit there at center by Garrett Sulkins. St. Joe still with it. Pass across. Wide open opportunity. Oh, and that might have got iron.
Hit the crossbar.
Yep.
That was a crossbar.
So a good chance there for Matt Julian, senior forward, walking in on Faulkner-Filosa. Crossbar and out. Still scoreless, 9:26 to go here in period one. Bobby Noonan steps out for the draw. Johnson over to his bench.
St. Joseph's is looking for a change or something, or equipment problem with the goalie.
So a good early kill for Guilford. Had to readjust the neck guard. Does Johnson? Yeah. They'll replace it. Yeah. Indians. Coach Russo deciding which line he wants out. Allowed to make the late change. And Guilford. Johnson plays it, put it right on the stick of Horton. Got away from him last minute. Here's Moore. Moore will play it off the boards. Vazzano up ahead. Could be a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Walking in, blocked at the defense. Good work there by Derek Nelson.
Great block by Derek there. Great block.
Prevented the 2-on-1. And a penalty. Tripping. Tripping penalty against St. Joe's. Didn't see who the guilty party was. Indians with Fitzgerald, Horton, Ring. Kept in. Here's Moore. Moore will unleash it. A pad save. Penalty to Pat Durkin, number 24 for St. Joe's. Still working Keeter without a stick now. Fitzgerald holds him up. Moore keeps in. Sends across. Wide open. Slapping. Oh, a pad save. Johnson somehow got the pad on it. Johnson. That hit a man in front. Horton. Picked up. Loose puck. Nelson. Out to Moore. Slapping. Horton in front. Nobody there except Keeter. And he takes his time. He hit Ring. Keeter sends it down the ice.
Good pressure by Guilford there.
Definitely a good 45 seconds of early pressure on the man advantage. Oh, and Faulkner-Filosa comes out. Dangerous play in front there as Moore attempted the pass. Turnaround, fanning on it. Indians will skate out. Picked up by Christian Keeter. Vazzano will dump it down to Indians territory. 35 seconds left on the man advantage. And icing. Not something you want to do on the power play, but .7:24 to go. Opening period. Won by St. Joe's, sent across and still in. Good work there by Tom Schaefer on the blue line. Could be a 3-on-2 for the Indians. Trying to make a move. Doyle out there now with Benarowitz. And on defense, that's Zach Kataruza. Well, in front, Noonan. And out of the zone. Penalty time is over, so both teams 0 for 1 with the man advantage. 6:40 to play, first period. Picked up a 1-on-1. Good play on the defense there by Schaefer, taking it away from Garrett Sulkins. St. Joe's with it over the line, cutting wide around Nelson in front. Another post. More iron out down there. First the crossbar, now the post. Chad Faulkner-Filosa's got to thank his friends down there. In front, good play, Nelson. Not allowing the shot, and the Indians over the line, shooting, a blocker save. Shot by Moore. Johnson got the paddle on it. Sulkins. Absolutely. Carried through center. Nice flip. And sent in deep by Moore. Out of the zone. Fitzgerald regains the line and comes in to apply some pressure. Off the boards by Logan Bruno. Bruno again steps up. Indians are offsides. Fitzgerald doesn't realize it. That hit him. Offsides. 5:21 to play, first period. Season opener here in East Haven. Guilford Indians, St. Joseph's. Wrister, wide the net by Christian Keeter, Jr. Penalty coming up to St. Joe's. And we get the whistle.
Funny bounce off the boards there.
It did, and we get a cross-checking call. Matt Greenhut, I believe. Yep.
Guilford ran up here. 5 minutes left in the first period here.
Face off in the St. Joe zone. Indians control. Horton. Good effort there by Mackey. Shot. Fitzgerald in front. Couldn't get a stick on it. A good shot away anyway. There's Keeter carrying out. Keeter stops off the boards down the ice. Kept in by the big defenseman, Gore.
He's a big guy, Dean. Big guy.
A lot to contend with in front of that net. Doesn't look like it's very fair for opposing forwards, especially the younger ones. Slapper, gloved by Johnson, and he'll hold and keep the face-off in his zone.
Guilford with the line change here. You got Doyle, Billy Ring, and
Mr. Noonan, yep. Noonan wins the draw to Ring.
nice face-off.
Ring gets it back, the potential give and go. Cataruzza cycling down. Noonan coming out of the corner. Noonan will go and fetch it.
Johnny Venter there.
Venter, another youngster with a good year in his first year last year. Some real promising freshmen last year, and they're only getting older, and some good freshmen from what I understand on this year's squad.
Doing a great job.
Sent down by Vazano, and Faulkner Filosa fan on it, trying to get it around the net. 30 seconds left on the Indians' power play. Sent in on Johnson, stick save. Cataruzza will follow it. Nelson over here, Noonan across, they score! Garrett Solkins.
Senior.
That's the first of the season for the Indians, a power play goal. With 3:20 to go in the first.
A tic-tac-toe there, Dean.
Good movement around the down low from Noonan up top.
With that nice blue haircut, paid off.
He's a little quicker with that shave.
A little less weight on his head.
Talking to his dad before the game, he was pretty proud of it, actually.
Was that he's got a freshman brother on the team, and
Tyler.
Yep, and the ritual is to was last night to shave the freshman's heads.
And Garrett decided to just participate, apparently.
It's all in good fun.
They give an assist.
With Ryan Moore.
They give an assist to Billy Ring on that. I saw Noonan in on the play as well, but
Absolutely. I think Bobby had a nice tip there.
Slapper wide of Johnson. Yep, Horton. Nice pass. Doyle forcing his way in front. Good work by that unit.
Nice work in the corner there.
And Doyle with a good opportunity. Matt now a senior. And we got to give some kudos to his mother, Barbara, who has done a lot of work on the team website and photos and everything off ice. She is involved.
Barb is unbelievable. The ad book, incredible amount of time she spends on that stuff. Incredible.
Absolutely. Billy Ring. Ring makes a move to the middle, and it's blocked. But it rolls in front. Johnson got a piece of it.
Cataruzza with a nice opportunity there.
Zach kept his older brother's number 13, Christian last year, who graduated. We also have a younger Petrick on the team who kept his brother's number 20. And a penalty coming up to the Guilford Indians. Holding.
Got Bobby Noonan on a hold there.
Well, St. Joe's will have the remainder of the period with the man advantage, so they have a chance to get some momentum going their way here with 1:51 to go.
Got Moore, Venter, Horton, and Fitzgerald.
Good penalty killing unit. Kicked back by the Indians and cleared.
Nice clear by Venter.
Look out!
Matty Horton with a steal.
In front, nice pen. Oh, and stick lifted. Here's Gore. Gore, will he go end to end? He certainly got the body size to do it. Let's see, and he keeps it. That was blocked. Slapper, Faulkner Filosa the stick on it, into the corner. Turn around. Wide of the net, Fitzgerald battling John Ferguson, number 8 in the maroon and yellow. Tried to center. Gore conveniently placed in front of the net. Again, a hard body to move. Wrister, and they score! Shot came from the point. Gore may have set a screen there in front of Faulkner Filosa.
He really did. He really did, Dean. He was shot was screened pretty heavily there.
And St. Joe's answers 2.5 minutes later with 54 seconds left. We'll wait for the official call on it, but
it's a tough shot to stop. Low stick hand side, very difficult.
tied at 1.
Here's Noonan.
Indians, here's Benerowitz. That goal credited to Greenhut. Slapper tipped just wide by Noonan. Ring knocked down. Sandwich between two players. St. Joe's the other way. 2-on-2 rush. Noonan hustling back to help on the defensive end. Kept in. Final 15 seconds. Gore with the keep on the left point. Final 5 seconds along the boards. Will they get one shot off? Blocked by the defense, and time runs out in the first period. So some good action, Rick, back and forth here. Both teams with a couple of power plays. Both teams with a power play goal.
Teams are finding their legs, I think, tonight, Dean. Finding their legs. You know, first full game for Guilford, second for St. Joe's.
Absolutely, and Guilford hasn't had much of a preseason action for about a week or so.
That's right, yeah.
So in terms of finding their legs, you're absolutely right. So we'll take a break, and as the first intermission has come upon us, and after one period of play, Guilford Indians 1, St. Joe's 1. Second period action underway here from East Haven. And quick bouncer by St. Joe's, wide the net, slap shot, they score! A quick goal, Greenhut in front of the net, Gore with the slapper from the left point. And that didn't take long, 12 seconds to be exact. And St. Joe's grabs the lead. We'll see if they give it to Greenhut, but it was Gore who took the shot from the left point and quickly put St. Joe's out in front 2-1.
That was a blast.
Could you tell if it was tipped in front?
I could not see it.
They give the goal to Gore. Gore just unleashed it. Greenhut was in front. Here's another drive. Faulkner Filosa the stop. St. Joe's coming out early here. They held a 13-10 shot advantage in the first period. Mackey trying to get it out. Gloved ahead by Gore. That's going to be a hand pass as it's touched. St. Joe's led by Coach Marty Kraus, longtime coach behind the bench. Indians under the direction of Mr. Ralph Russo. Both teams have had some great successes, even recently. And St. Joe's. Cataruzza trying to keep them wide. Corcoran plays it around. Over here for Cataruzzo, it's now Mackey. Gets some help. Cataruzza around the glass. And Venter, he'll settle it. Cataruzza had it knocked away from him. Look out, good chance for St. Joe's potentially, and it went off of Venter over to Cataruzza, who clears.
Nice job by Zach to get back on that.
And we'll get an icing against the Indians.
So we got Doyle, Sawkins, and Baddock out there. Derek Baddock, off wing.
Nelson and Moore on the defense for Guilford. Sent out Matt Vazzano back there for St. Joe's. Here's Nelson, gives a look. And past Schaefer all the way down to the goaltender. Johnson will leave it. Nice pass out, and St. Joe's over the line. Cutting wide, shooting, stick save, Faulkner Filosa. Doyle. And that's sent out by Salkins. Back for a Tom Schaefer. Schaefer hit by Baddock. Moore keeps it in for Guilford. Backhand pass broken up. Moore trying to get it again. Banarowitz will get it in neutral ice. Tripped up and a penalty coming to St. Joe's.
Nice play by Kyle there. Nice move to draw the trip. Power play we've got Noonan, Billy Ring, Kyle Banarowitz, and on the points we got Ryan Moore and Derek out there. Yep, Derek Nelson.
Sean Blaine for tripping.
Derek keeps it in.
And look out, a turnover. Could be a 2-on-1 the other way. Nice pass. Back into the middle. Good job by Banero. Oh, and now in front. And somehow Faulkner Filosa kept it out of there.
Net moved on that one.
Puck came right in front to Christian Keeter all alone.
Nice back check there by Kyle Banarowitz. Great back check.
Mackey, Fitzgerald, and Horton for the Indians. Cataruzza and Venter will man the points. Pass across, and it's Mackey. Surveys the situation up to center ice and over the line. Fitzgerald, top the circle, wristing one. And Johnson gets the glove on it.
Guilford needs to take advantage of this power play they got here, Dane. Minute 29 left.
Plenty of time. It'd be nice to get the equalizer now instead of continuing to face an uphill battle. St. Joe's with it. Shot on. Faulkner Filosa the stop. Cataruzza over here for Mackey. Mackey has some room. Turned over. Keeter. Keeter held up by Fitzgerald. Zach Cataruzza off of Ferguson. Second effort gets it out. Venter will step up. Venter intended for Fitzgerald. And hanging behind the defense is Keeter. Zach Cataruzza up for Mackey, avoids the hit. In on Faulkner-Filosa. 40 seconds left on the power play. Here's Zach Cataruzza, right wing side. He'll carry in and dump. Got hit hard by John Ferguson. Indians all loaded up on one side. Shot on, a stick save by Johnson. And penalty. But is it on Guilford for too many men on the ice, as he pointed to it is too many men on the Indians. He immediately turned and pointed to the bench, so didn't look like that was a good sign.
Billy Ring and Matty Doyle killing the penalty with Nelson and Ryan Moore.
4 on 4 for 15.
Nice job by Billy.
Ring left wing side, Doyle going in the middle. Ring tripped up, penalty coming up. Now the Indians will have the power play again for 6 seconds. That'll be 4 on 4.
Gaining the advantage over the defender there.
Ring's big asset, of course, is speed, and it showed there, and able to draw the penalties you mentioned, Rick. And Gore is the one off the ice, so a good thing for Guilford. Maybe get some opportunities here. High hit, and Ring took exception to it. Here's Corcoran, 4 on 4 for a minute 20, minute 15. Guilford will have 10 seconds of a power play. Ring makes a move to the middle. Lozano and the net, yep. An even 10 minutes to go here, second period. Dean Cornelio, Rick Fitzgerald, and John Knapp with you here from East Haven. Guilford Indians and St. Joe's. St. Joe's with a 2-1 lead as they got the go-ahead just 12 seconds into play here in the second, and another penalty coming up to Guilford. Touched up by Horton.
That's a trip on Jack Fitzgerald.
When he does that, he's no relation to you, correct?
No, not at all.
Horton on the face-off for Guilford. Kept in. 4 on 3, a lot of open ice. Near side boards, Keeters. Broken up by Moore, and Nelson clears. So St. Joe's, 4 on 3 advantage for 30 seconds. That'll be even up for 10. Look out, nice pass, blocked by Moore. And Faulkner-Filosa got the glove on it. What a stop by Chad.
Nice block by Ryan there. Great save by Chad. Great save.
I was fearful, Moore a little slow to get up though. But he's okay, he appears okay.
He got an escape there.
Ferguson with the opportunity in front for St. Joe's. One towards the net. It's Ferguson who will get to it first. Cataruzza holds his position and lets St. Joe's take control. Ferguson now parking himself in front. Cataruzza blocked that. Ferguson again. Deering will shoot. Look out, backhander off the side of the net. Keeter. In front, Indians.
5 on 4 now.
Kept in by Gore. Here's Cataruzza, and he'll clear. Good play by Cataruzza with 3 yellow shirts surrounding him. Just under 8.5 to go, second period. Cataruzza, Venter fanned on it. St. Joe's with it. Cataruzza, that just doesn't seem fair. Cataruzza against Gore in front of the net.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy. Here comes Venter.
And he'll send it down.
That should do it for a penalty.
And that'll go for icing against St. Joe's.
All even.
Penalty time is over. Indians back to full strength. So after all the man advantages, nothing comes of it. Still 2-1 in favor of the visitors. Indians control, and that pass came out of the zone. Another icing, or no, they wave it off. Nelson, nice hit. Doyle, second effort, gets it out. After it was Noonan, delayed offsides. Noonan touches it, doesn't realize it, and a hit there, and Noonan swings back at him. Fortunately, nothing further comes of that.
A little nudge from behind there.
Just to get under his skin. I'm sure that didn't bother you in your playing days, right?
Hitting from behind was not like it is today. You know, it's a lot more different today than it was back then.
Ring will send it in the zone. Johnson leaves it for his defense. Nice pass across. More defending. Drop pass, slapper wide on the one-timer. Corcoran trying to center. Fitzgerald holds up his man. Moore in to help.
Nice play by Ryan there.
Up to Jack, and could be a 2-on-1 with Horton. St. Joe's hustling back, though, and the shot blocked. Fitzgerald tries to center. Man in front is Ring, comes back to the point, Nelson. Nelson, he'll wrist it. And Johnson saw it all the way.
Time for a change.
6.5 to go, second period. St. Joe's 2. Both goals for St. Joe's by Matt Greenhut. Guilford 1. Garrett Sulkins in the first.
They didn't give the second goal to Gore?
Now that you say that, I think you're right, and I wrote it incorrectly. It was Greenhut with the man who set the pick in front, set the screen.
Nice play by Zach.
You're correct. Gore and Greenhut on the goals for St. Joe's. Thank you. There's Greenhut again in front. Look out, bouncing puck. And it's Venter. Venter, stick lifted by St. Joe's.
Ryan Donahue with the puck.
Off the glass. Good hit. Can't clear, though. Keeter has it in his skates. Benarowitz puts a shoulder into him. Benarowitz still. Cataruzza uses his skates. Tries the end around. And it's a foot race. Lozano to it first.
Good pressure by Donahue there.
Noonan backhands one.
Paid off.
And holding the stick in front of the net. The official down there doesn't call anything. Backhander, and oh, he missed connection. Greenhut looking for Keeter. Couldn't tell if that was a pass or a shot. Either way, he had Keeter on the opposite side of the net. And fortunately for Guilford, it didn't cost him.
Like Venter had a stick on him.
Katarusa. Played in, delayed offsides. They regained the line. Venter. Reverses. Good play there by Vazzano, or else Sulkins could have been off to the races. That's going to go for icing against the Indians. These teams played the opener last season as well. Guilford scoring a 5-2 decision out at St. Joe's home ice.
Yeah, that was quite a game. It was I remember, I think it was a Tuesday night late. I think it was a 9 o'clock game in Shelton. Late night for these kids.
Maybe they play better late night. They're used to staying up anyway.
That's right.
Moore. And Nelson. Over here, Fitzgerald. And nice play to Ring. Nelson steps up on the play. That's Horton. And a penalty.
It's somebody for a high stick. I don't know if it's St. Joe's or...
Couldn't tell with this.
It is. They've got number 2, it looks like, for St. Joe's.
Another opportunity, Rick, for the Indians to come and even this thing up going into the third period. Troy Deering, junior defenseman in the box for the high stick.
Billy Ring on left wing, Fitzgerald and Matt Horton, and we got Derek Nelson and Moore on the points.
Won cleanly by Fitzgerald. Back to the point, Moore shooting. Fitzgerald. And St. Joe's will transition the other way, one-on-one against Moore, and Moore able to close his feet, get a skate on.
By Ryan there. Nice play.
Ferguson plays it back to his defense, and Moore blocked that. Moore could be a 3-on-2. Moore will wind and fire one. Glove save, Johnson. Indians' defense is really a strength, Rick. We've got good size, some leadership, some guys that have played the position for many years, and I'm sure they're going to expect Ryan Moore to do more of that and step in and set off a few cannons.
Ryan, Derek is very tough.
Speaking of Derek, shot on,
Nice
stick
shot.
save. And he made a good play to keep it in. Keeter with a good play, and he clears the zone. Look out! Coming in and score! Ferguson, short-handed. Just a turnover on the power play there, and it led to
Turnover right there at the blue line.
It led to a good pass by Keeter. And Ferguson broke in alone, getting by the Indians D to make it 3-1. Indians try to come back. They still have 50 seconds left of the power play.
Guilford needs one here, Dean.
They need something to get some momentum late in the period going into the third, that's for sure. Backhanded deep by Katarusa. Those are the kind that are backbreakers. Look out, though. Venter, they score! That was tipped in front of the net, a power play goal, Rick. There it is.
Just like that. It's a nice shot, just put it on the net.
Couldn't tell who was in front.
It looked like Bobby Noonan was in front there. Venter put the puck on net.
So there could be that momentum shift we're talking about after St. Joe's could get a seeming backbreaker.
It's John Venter.
Well, they give it to Venter, unassisted. Although, again, Noonan creating problems in front with his aggressive nature. Hit off something.
A lot of traffic in front there.
So Guilford answers 36 seconds later to make it 3-2.
It's Horton off the side of the net.
Moore. Good hit still in. Fitzgerald after it. He allows him to take it. Fitzgerald in front. Cycling low. Moore in deep. Ring covering for him at the point. Back forward is Fitzgerald, realizing he's got a man on his tail. Speeds up a little bit, clears the zone. Cataruzza. Billy Ring. Ring again using his speed, trying to cut around the defense. He drew a penalty earlier by doing that. Ring looks across, nice pass. Fitzgerald will wind and shoot one. A pad save, Johnson. It looks like we're going to get some coincidentals maybe in front. And we got more over here along the blue line.
Conversation over here in the blue line with Derek and number 6.
Well, I stand corrected. There's not penalties. It's just the net was off its moorings. I think they had both players battling in front. Could have got them both for maybe a rough.
Penalties here. Yes, 5-on-5.
So there are 2 penalties.
Garrett Sawkins, Matty Doyle, and Brian Donahue on the right wing. Cataruzza and Venter at the points.
And we get a whistle as puck tied up in a few skates down there. Pair of roughing penalties to Nelson and Ussinger. Pass in front. A minute to go in the period.
Nice play by
Ferguson.
Venter. Nice hit there.
Keeter and Ferguson out there. They struck for the last St. Joe's goal, and Faulkner Filosa the stop.
Loose puck there.
Matty Doyle with the clear. Castorina to it for St. Joe's. Here's Zach Cataruzza. Final 30 seconds of the second. Donahue leaving it. Good play. Cataruzza uses the boards. Sulkins puts pressure on the D, and look out behind the Indians' defense. That's Keeter. Mackey. Oh, good play by Moore. And Moore again as time runs out in the period. So St. Joe's grabbed the early lead on a Gore goal 12 seconds in. They got a shorthanded tally by Ferguson on a nice breakaway. Guilford answered on a John Venter shot from the point.
Not a bad period, though, Dean. Not a bad period. To answer back like that, it's tough taking that shorthanded goal. It's a difficult one all the time.
But as we were talking about, to get the momentum back, they were able to get that quick goal, so maybe that'll play into the third period.
Absolutely.
So we'll pause for the second intermission, and we'll be back with the third after 2 periods of play. St. Joseph's 3, Guilford 2. I do, thank you. Back for the start of third period action. Guilford held a 9-8 shot advantage in the second. 2 period total, 21 St. Joe's, 19 Guilford. Indians got that late power play goal after giving up to Shorty, so let's see if that takes some momentum out of that. Johnson with a glove save to start off, as I think that was Jack with that shot.
We need a face-off win here, Dean. We need a face-off win back to Venter.
And it's one forward. Gore out of the zone. Venter in a foot race. Gets some help from Ryan Moore. Here's Jack Fitzgerald. He'll carry over the line. He'll shoot one over top of the net. Horton got held up by Castorina, and St. Joe's the other way. Tipped just wide. Trying to stuff it in the short side. Ryan Moore. Billy Ring trying to get that puck loose, jar it loose, and it's still in the skates. And finally, Moore can't clear the zone though. Billy Ring. Nice work to pull it to his forehand side. Fitzgerald picks it up, bouncing pass. Castorina held up by, Castorina got an elbow into Horton's face. I didn't see that. The other way, it's Keeter. Keeter knocking down more. Keeter will wind and fire, and it's blocked. Benarowitz had some trouble with his skates there, tripping himself up. Little slippery out there at times, I guess. Opening couple of minutes of play in the third, and that'll go for icing against Guilford.
That's a long shift for the D there. Almost 2 minutes.
Trouble getting them off as St. Joe's continued to bring it.
So we've got Donahue on D with Kataruza, Noonan and Benarowitz.
And off the boards.
With Matty Doyle.
Shot on. That is Noonan. To the point, wide open. Indians trying to spread him out. And a stick save by Johnson. Over here, Noonan calling for it. Benarowitz. Pass went to his backhand side, though, and they're going to call, I think, either Benarowitz or Noonan here. Well, the Indians just touched it. There was no whistle. Now there is, and probably a slash. Oh, high stick. And that's Noonan as he continues to jar and jaw.
Not happy.
So, Indians with an important kill out here. 12:39 to play, third period.
We've got Mackey, I think, out there, and is that Garrett Sawkins?
Well, here comes Billy Ring. Ring will take Mackey's place. So Noonan for the high stick. St. Joe's trying to give themselves a little cushion here. Gore didn't get anything on that one.
Nice
Keeps
clear.
it in. Oh, offside, delayed offsides. Yep. All the way down. Good clear by Guilford. Turnover. Gore with that reach too. On top of the size, he's got the reach.
Sure does.
And that's a double whammy for Guilford to have to deal with, as it was Billy Ring hoping to find some daylight down there shorthanded.
Nice body by Derek. Nice body.
St. Joe's trying to set it up. Back to Gore. He is clearly their quarterback. Shot wide. Nelson. And guess who? It's Gore winding and shooting one. Gore goes down to a knee, keeps it in. 50 seconds left on the power play. Backhand try off the post. Third post of the night between the post, two posts and a crossbar for St. Joe's. Gore winding. The one-timer off the side.
That was a nice pass by Gore. Very nice pass. Nice save by
And
Better
Faulkner,
save.
yep, got a piece of that one. It was going labeled high glove side.
Guilford's got to clear here.
That's a high stick, but waved off as St. Joe's touches it. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Moore takes his man down. Wheeling out in front, loose puck. Good play. Look out, slapper by Deering. Didn't get much on it. That was Saltons. And Moore. Now, will Moore get called for that? Hopefully, for Guilford's case, not. But he picked it up with the glove and tossed it. That could be a delay of game, depending where the puck, because the puck was sent out.
Up in the rafters.
Correct. But I believe he is calling him for a delay.
So, Guilford's man down. 10 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third. 2-minute penalty.
Really, Rick, a desperation play by Moore and hoping that he could get away with that.
Yeah.
And he had been on the ice for almost 2 minutes.
Nice save by
Faulkner
Chad.
Filosa.
Great save by Chad.
That's another thing we should comment on. Both of these goaltenders, you look at these teams, that's one question mark for both teams. And both of them had, leadership in both areas last year. And tonight, I don't know if anyone can question either of these goaltenders in their first games here.
I think you're right, Dean. Johnson, what year is he in?
Johnson, a senior.
Both seniors.
Both seniors.
Both seniors, okay.
So they've certainly been around, but they haven't had to step up and be at the forefront like now. So it's a good job by both of them here tonight so far. Rister, Faulkner Filosa stop, doesn't know where the rebound is, and they score. The rebound came out to the other side, and Chad was late getting across. And a power play goal.
Into the open net there.
Of course, Rick, as soon as I say that, Chad would want one back. So you can blame me for jinxing him.
Yeah, that was a blast by the St. Joe's player.
So it's 4-2. So Julian with the goal.
Power play goal. That's a hand pass. What's that, John? All power play goals.
We have a power plays and one shorty by St. Joe's. Gore's blast at the beginning of the second period, though, I believe, was even, but
Carson Sperry on the ice.
yep. So Sperry, Doyle, and Benarowitz. Picked up and sent in by John Ferguson. Ferguson had 19 points last year. Faulkner Filosa the stop. Keeter, his line mate, had 20. So there's another chance. Ferguson. So these two are going to be relied upon heavily to pick up the point production in the absence of Corcoran and Krause. And they both put up some numbers last year.
They did. Those are good numbers.
And we get a whistle.
Maybe an offsides there.
.9:12 to go, third period. Dean Cornelio, Rick Fitzgerald, John Knapp with you here from East Haven. St. Joe's holding a 4-2 lead on the Guilford Indians. It's Guilford's home opener. St. Joe's lost their season opener to Glastonbury 6-2. And Johnson will cover up. Both these teams in a couple of weeks will be heading to Maine for their annual, now it's becoming an annual, Christmas tournament. So
I did not know that St. Joe's was involved with that, though, Dean.
should be, I'm not sure if it's the same one, if there's multiple ones going on at the same time. I know on their schedule it says Maine is on the agenda, so.
Nice shot there, nice pressure.
Gore will He hit Cataruzza with it. And that one.
Reach it, Billy.
Castorina played it into his own bench, making sure everybody's awake over there. Coach is ducking for cover. Now, you told me you played against Mr. Krause over there in your days.
Dean, a long time
Who'd you play for, and who do you play for?
I played for Cheshire High School and played for West Haven High.
Two traditionally strong teams.
Oh, it's like a call on that trip.
Jack Fitzgerald asking for the trip. Now the pass in front.
Horton mugged.
He did. He got laid on down there. Just couldn't do anything. And it's Gore helping out his defensive partner.
That's a nice one. You mentioned Barb Doyle earlier about volunteers and stuff like that. Speaking of which, we've got two in the running the clock in the penalty box there, John. That would be Guy Cataruzza and Tom Petrick. That is a thankless job over there.
And Tom has been doing it for years because his oldest son Steven just graduated last year. Now he's got another 4 years with John now, a freshman. So
that could be a real difficult job when you got a lot of penalties.
So Tom, welcome to the next 4 years of your life.
That's right.
Or another 4 years, I should say. But thanks for all that you're doing.
It's a tricky job sometimes.
Yeah, generally people aren't too happy when they end up in that box.
That's right.
So he doesn't see many smiling faces. Nearly halfway through the third period, St. Joe's 4, Guilford 2. Indians need something to spark them here. And a penalty coming up. Maybe this will do it.
Not sure the call on that, Dean. Looks like he's got Durkin, number 24, on a trip.
As you hear the bench, here's our chance right now. Oh, couldn't have said it any better ourselves.
7:23 left in the third.
Fitzgerald, Ring, and Horton. That unit out.
Billy
Ring.
with the puck.
Oh, good keep by Moore. Fitzgerald. Cross ice, misconnection. Off the glass. Moore with a nice job to keep 2 efforts, and then picked up the other way. That's Matt Julian. Julian, the backhand.
Nice save in the backhand by Chad.
Bouncing puck controlled by Nelson. Nelson stops. He got a man up top. He's got him. Ring. Good look across. It's Moore. Moore. Nelson right there. Oh, here's Fitzgerald. He looks. Ring. Good movement here by Guilford, setting it up.
Taking up the front of the net there.
Moore will shoot.
Traffic in front, guys.
Yeah, Johnson saw that one all the way, made the routine stick save. Ring and Horton collide, and Gore clears the zone. Faulkner-Filosa lets it go to Nelson. A minute remaining on the Indians' power play. Fitzgerald. This unit has been out the full time. Ring.
Ryan Moore.
Moore shoots.
Whoa,
Look out.
Almost through the hole.
We have a few chances at souvenirs here.
Especially in warm-ups. Okay, we got Benerowitz, Doyle, and Sawkins with Venter and Cataruzza on the point. 48 seconds left in the power play.
Gore fanned on that, but he gets help now from Keeter. And Keeter trying to get around Venter. Keeter down the left wing side. Good play by Venter to get a stick in there. He got by him, but he was able to get the stick in. Now St. Joe's clears it back down. Under 30 seconds left on the man advantage. Under 6 minutes to play in regulation time. Saltons.
Sawkins with the puck there.
Look out, winding and shooting one up high. That's Venter. Venter shouts his frustration as he missed the net. Lozano hit. Keeter gets the loose puck.
Delay call here against Guilford.
And a shot, side of the net. And look out, there was a one-time opportunity in front. Put wide. Indians dodged a bullet on the pass that came in front.
I think we're going to have a trip against Bobby Noonan here.
That's Noonan's second of the period. This one, an untimely one with 5:08 to go.
Faulkner Velosa making some nice saves down there.
Again, both goalies have done well.
I think we've got a special guest in the box here.
Going for cover.
Speak, Gary Drake.
Big hit.
It's 2.5 periods late, but say hello, will you, please?
Good evening. Good evening.
Welcome, Gary. Powell seeing some of his first ice time. Here's Keeter carrying out. And that's Ferguson trying to get around Nelson. Behind the net, the point wide open. They've got Gore. That's the man they want to shoot it. They go to the other side. It's Powell. And Powell can't keep it in. Now played over to Gore. Gore will flip in on net. Faulkner Velosa the save.
Chad lost that one a little bit.
Didn't make that one look too easy. Backhanded out past Powell. Here's Gore.
Nice play by Ryan at the line there.
And not out.
It's the clear.
Yep. Gore. He's only seen a few minutes tonight.
He's out there quite a bit.
Yeah. Slapped it wide. Look out in front. Backhander, they score! Up high, another power play goal. St. Joe's tonight, Rick, on the special teams has been killer. And that one.
Guilford's got to find a way to find the net.
Probably a heartbreaker on that last one there. So 3:47 left and it's 5-2. But a nice pass in front. We'll wait for the official call.
Mackey, Salkins, and Doyle. Cataruz and Venter are the points.
Gore with an assist. Pass in front. Doyle couldn't get his stick loose. And that's Deering. Nice pass out of the zone to number 16, Julian. Julian, right wing side. He'll wrist. Faulkner Velosa the stop. And it's somewhere in those pads. .322 to play. One forward, now it's Guilford controlling. Coach Kraus trying to mix in a few other youngsters. Dom DeRosa out there. Number 19, that's number 14, Petrini. By the same token, Coach Russell would like to get one back quickly to give his team a fighting chance. And a whistle.
Dean, is that 4 power play goals and a shorthanded goal for?
I have at least 3 and a shorty. And again, Gore's early goal in the second period was 12 seconds in. And unsure if that was a power play tally. But on the special teams, they've been killer tonight. Pass in front. Here's Montesi. Chris getting some time as well now with Sperry. Montesi.
Like Kyle Sawkins out there.
Tyler.
Freshman.
Yep. Garrett the senior. Tyler the freshman.
Right. Donahue up the wing.
Donahue bodied into the boards by number 14, Petrini. Here's Deering. Nice pass up. Looking for Powell. He put himself offsides. Colin Powell, the freshman.
Making sure.
Yeah.
Putting every ounce of his body weight into the player.
He's just a sophomore, so got plenty of time to watch him develop.
Knows how to hit.
Indians with 2 minutes to play. Here's Moore. Or Nelson, I should say. Nelson put the backhand on the 6-8 by Johnson. It was Horton going to the net. Big hit there by Nelson. Sends Sean Hurley flying. And no whistle. So 1:43 to go. In terms of taking some positives out of this, what have you seen? Where the Indians play Cheshire next. It's a big game before Maine. And another tough one, though, to start the season. Right. What have you seen that maybe something for them to build upon?
Well, the Guilford right now is trying to find themselves, I think. Too many penalties in this game.
Right.
3 power play goals, a shorthanded goal. Got to stay out of the box and find a way to find the net.
They had some opportunities. They picked it up in the second half of that first period. Got a flurry of action going. At times they had spurts, but in terms of consistency, I think you're right. Nice job there by Horton. Here's Moore. The Indians. Yep. About a minute to play in the third. St. Joe's is going to win its first game to improve to 1-1 on the season. Nice move by Ring. Couldn't beat that last man. He got around a couple, though.
Horton keeping it.
Horton gets the shot off. Glove save. Johnson leaves it. Indians got to play to the whistle. Fitzgerald comes in there to apply some pressure. Fitzgerald. And a slash. Knocked the hand right out of the stick. Or knocked the stick right out of the hand, I should say. Whoops.
Either way, Dean.
Hey, it works. I think we know what we meant. Sometimes it feels like the hand is getting knocked off the stick with how hard they slash.
Okay, we have Mackey centering Sawkins and Benarowitz.
And stepping in.
Nice play
Good
by
play.
Venter. Nice pass.
Slapper right on, stick save. Mackey to the point. Venter across. Cataruza in front. Oh, bouncing puck. Mackey looks back. Mackey. He's got Bonero. It's right there. Gave it to Cataruza. Bonero, it's certainly he's called for the puck the whole 30 seconds they've had it out there, and the final seconds ticking down.
Waved it off.
Around the boards and out to center ice, and St. Joe's controls, and that is going to do it as Gore holds on and concludes the final horn as St. Joe's will skate off 5-2 winners. Again, power play, special teams, shorthanded, really the difference tonight. The penalties, as you just mentioned.
They played a very disciplined game, St. Joe's did. They played well.
They did.
They played well. He made the saves he had to make.
And for them, to their credit, coming off a 6-2 defeat, you know, they're probably down after that one.
Right.
Looking to gain some positive momentum for themselves, and they have with this one here tonight. Guilford, though.
Guilford's got to look to their next game. Big game against Cheshire next Thursday. I believe it's a 5:30 start Thursday evening.
And that's a Division II game too, so that's key. This is a Division I opponent, which won't really cost them too much in terms of the standings when you talk about points at the end of the season. Right. And you know when you're talking about looking at playoff points and seedings.
Well,
so
Cheshire has moved up. They were forced to move
as
up
winners.
To Division I.
Correct. So
they were reluctant to move up, but they were forced up to Division I as a result of beating us last year in Division II. So.
That was a rule in the CIAC for a while where the winner automatically had to move up regardless of who you had, who you lost. at least for 1 or 2 seasons.
It sure was.
Yeah.
It sure was.
So-
But they didn't have a choice this go around. They fought it, and we'll see what happens on Thursday, Dean.
All right. Well, Rick, great working with you tonight. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Both of you guys have been excellent. I'm looking forward to more of this. And for John Knapp and Rick Fitzgerald, I'm Dean Cornelio. Once again, tonight's final: St. Joseph's 5, Guilford Indians 2. Good night from East Haven.